Hey everybody, it's me, Winter. Got my favorite winter hat on and my favorite place to visit in the winter right here behind me. What you may not know about winter is that, I'm cold, I'm dark, I'm still in silent, but if you look in the right places, I am extraordinarily beautiful. As winter, I offer you space to cultivate personal growth in my barrenness. I offer you darkness so that you may experience gratitude in the small, seemingly meaningless moments. I let you face yourself as you really are with God's help. I remind you that God is for you, God is with you, and God is in you when you open yourself up to His powerful presence. As wintertime, I offer you rest for your mind, body, and soul. I let you pay attention to what is stirring you, space to notice feelings of desperation and desire that you experience. Lastly, as winter, I offer you space to hear your calling from God.
Hey there, I'm Spring. It's warming up and the snow has turned to rain, mostly. I'm a season of change. A transformation is happening. I hear the birds chirping and the bees buzzing. It's time to take a long stretch and start moving again. The flowers are blooming, the pollen is rising, and there's a bless you for every sneeze. And creation is singing a song of revival. As the ground starts to thaw, so do our hearts. Let's turn to the warmth and resurrection that fill the air. The leaves are sprouting, the children are shouting. It's getting time to plant a garden. No cold weather, no flooded valley, no empty tomb can hold me back. It's time to start something new. And look, he's doing a new thing. Now it sprouts up. Don't you recognize it? He's making a way in the desert, paths in the wilderness.
What a beautiful day it is. The sun is shining bright and God is so good. I see His wonder and His glory everywhere I look. God, just as the flowers and the grass give off the sweet smell of summer, let me be your fragrant aroma to the whole world. God, you are so good. Nothing that could ever happen would ever make me question your goodness, your faithfulness to me and all of your people. Lord, just let us praise you all the more. God, I want to know you more and more. I want to serve you more and more. I hunger and thirst for your word and for your righteousness, and I just can't get enough. I can never be filled of your presence, Lord. All around me, every single day, I see your Holy Spirit bearing fruit in my life. I want this season to never end. God, your love for me is as intense as the hottest summer sun, and I just want more and more of you.
Hello, everyone. I am fall, and I am a time when the leaves are changing. They will soon fall to the ground. The world is beginning to slow down, and it is time to let go, listen to the silence, and rest. The leaves falling down are a reminder to let go of those things in our lives that no longer work, that don't bring meaning or joy to our lives. It seems cruel that something that used to be so beautiful must fall to the ground and sink into the earthy mud along with everything else that is dying. It seems cruel, but it is the way of things. I will slip away so that another season can come. It seems cruel, but it is the rhythm of life, and every rhythm has its own beauty.
Hope you enjoyed our creative personifications of this season. We're pretty excited about our theme this year, as you can see. But one thing that we know is, unfortunately, not all of our seasons are as defined as what we just made them out to be. You'll notice in the passage that I read at the beginning that they aren't either or, they just are together. We can laugh and weep. We can be searching and giving up searching kind of in the same season. And I think the same thing is true for our own lives. Like, life is never just one thing at a time. We can experience lots of different combinations of emotions or circumstances at once. And I think we all can acknowledge that's going on in our world right now, that as a global pandemic is happening, people are coming together to support one another. Like, there's suffering and celebration all at the same time. We just went through Lent and Holy Week and then Easter, and so we get to celebrate a big thing in our Christian calendar, but again, we're still living in kind of this weird wilderness time in our world. So life is never just one thing at a time, and I think that's one thing that we can take away from this passage. And as it says in the passage, we cannot understand the doings of God. Sometimes it can be difficult to discern what's going on in our own souls and figure out what season we're in, but sometimes it takes going through most of a season, or once it finishes and we move on to the next thing, it's easier for us to put words to it. But thankfully, the natural seasons give us an indication of what is happening. Nature models for us a pattern of life, death, and resurrection, life after death. And again, we're seeing that right now in Holy Week and celebrating Easter. And as resurrection people, we get to always live in the tension of now and not yet. That's why God's set eternity on our hearts. One thing that we know for sure is that God is always with us. I promise. Not just in the good times and the good seasons, not just when we're on the mountain, but all of the time, even when we don't really sense it or really understand how God is present. That is one thing that we can be absolutely sure of. So we're excited to explore this theme with you. Enjoy what's next.